වර්තමානයේ WIT සිස්ටම් එහෙම නැත්නම් විට් සිස්ටම්හි ආසියා මැද පෙරදිග හා යුරෝපාවේ උපසභාපතිවරයා ලෙස සේවය කරන මෙතුමන් IFS ආයතනයේ මැද පෙරදිග සහ ආසියානු කලාපයේ හිටපු උපසභාපතිවරයාත් වෙනවා. එවැගේම එතුමන් නිපුණතා සංවර්ධන අමාත්‍යාංශය මගින් ආරම්භ කරන ලද නිපුණතා ආංශික සභාවේ ප්‍රථම සභාපතිවරයාත් වෙනවා. එවැගේම එතුමන් රොටරි සමාජයේ හිටපු සභාපති සහ ශ්‍රී ලංකා මාලදිවයින් සහකාර පාලක ලෙසද කටයුතු කර තිබෙනවා. පසුගිය වසර කිහිපයක් පුරා විවිධ ජාත්‍යන්තර සංවිධාන මගින් සංවිධානය කරන ලද සම්මන්ත්‍රණ දේශකවල දේශකවරයෙකු ලෙස වගේම එතුමන් රෝහල් තොරතුරු පද්ධතියක් සකස් කිරීමේ ව්‍යාපෘති කළමනාකරු ලෙස සිංගප්පූරුවේ ජාතික විශ්වවිද්‍යාල රෝහල සහ පළමු රෝහල් තොරතුරු පද්ධතිය නිර්මාණය කරමින් කර්මාන්ත 25කට වඩා ඒ තාක්ෂණික ශාස්ත්‍රයෙන් නිපුණත්වයක් ප්‍රවීණත්වයක් තිබෙන කෙනෙක්. ශාන්ත තෝමස් විද්‍යාලය සහ කොළඹ රාජකීය විද්‍යාලයෙන් අධ්‍යාපනය ලබා පෙරාදෙණිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයෙන් ඉංජිනේරු උපාධිය ලබාගත් ඔහු අද දවසේ ඔබට දැනුම ලබා දෙන තාක්ෂණික නිපුණත්වයෙන් යුතු තරුණයෙකු බවට පත්වීම ඔබට රටට ලෝකයට කෙතරම් වැදගත්ද යන්න ඔහු පැහැදිලි කරාවේ. අපි ගෞරවනීය ආරාධනය ඔබ ආමන්ත්‍රණය කරන්න ඉංජිනේරු පූර්ණ බණ්ඩාර මහත්මයාණනි ඔබතුමන්ටයි.
I think you have heard a lot of presentations. Yeah? So today I'm not really going to do a typical presentation. You know, what I see is when you do presentation, a lot of people go to sleep. So, I must tell you right up front that I sought the permission from the authorities that I will conduct my presentation in English because this is going to be transmitted internationally through the media. So what I'll do is probably towards the end, I will do a bit of a singular translation. So first you must be wondering, what is this guy doing with this spanner, right? So my whole idea today is next 20 minutes, I'm going to bring the technology that is going to take place or transfer within the next 10 years onto this stage. Yeah? So this is one of the technologies that I introduced to you, 3D printing. Yeah? This is a spanner not manufactured in the typical way. This was done through a printer, 3D printer. Now the 3D printers are available in Sri Lanka. Probably 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, these can be printed. With this technology, how long do you think it will take to build a house? I know, when I had to do my house, I took only 2 years. And you know, all of my hair went away because of that, right? But now, ladies and gentlemen, it takes only 1 week to print a house, a fantastic house, and this is catching up big time. Right. Let me tell a bit of myself as well, because the whole idea is for me to inspire the youth. Yeah, I started very small. Okay, my grandfather, he was actually a farmer. Yeah, with dedication, commitment, I somehow got into University of Peradeniya, and that's the time I got into tech. I started becoming really tech savvy. In fact, the first Peradeniya University website was done by me. Now, why I told you that is, as students or the youth, we want to get into technology, you must be really passionate. Get every opportunity, because as we saw, if you're focused on exams, you're not going to go anywhere. If you look at the big guys I'm going to talk to you today, none of them went the traditional way. Most of them were dropouts, and that's the secret why they succeeded. I'm going to today I'm going to prove it to you, that concept. So I'll be quite a lot of people, I'll be quite controversial. But out of that controversy, the whole idea is to bring a new culture to Sri Lanka. Right? So this is what I do, technology evangelism. What we go and speak to people about technology. And that is what I have been doing last 20 years. I went to the ministries and I discussed about e-learning big time. You know that we have problem in terms of finding maybe English teachers or maths teachers. But if you use e-learning technology, how many English teachers do you think you need? You need just one good guy, yeah, and transmit to the whole of Sri Lanka. You solve the problem. You see how easy we can solve problems with technology. Let's see. Yeah. So this is what we have been doing, telling the industry to get their hands into technology. A lot of guys listened, but some didn't. Then what happened? COVID struck in February. And this tells you, after the COVID struck, how the world behaved. If you look at the chart here, you see that you completely stopped traveling, airlines, zero, nearly zero. You stopped going to movie theaters. And what are the things that you got into? Online gaming, video streaming. When you stay at home, I know my kids, you see, they do a lot of Netflix or, you name it, YouTube, whatever. By doing this, what did we do? All right. So I must tell you, the winners are these technology companies. See the smile of these guys, yeah? And if you look at these companies during the COVID time, a lot of companies nearly crashed. If you heard the news today, you'll be surprised. Singapore has contracted some 42%, if I'm not wrong. 42% contraction in the GDP, Singapore. Yeah? But look at these guys. Why did they, if you say, Microsoft CEO, he says he's seen 2 years worth of transformation within 2 months, all during COVID. Zoom, 300% increase. Amazon, he became the world's richest, all during COVID. So what is the message? It's technology or nothing. And the other guy who was laughing throughout and a lot of innovation during COVID is Elon Musk. Somebody, if you want to be someone who won't follow him, looking for somebody to follow, he's the man. Why I like him is he's one thing that if you want to get into tech, you have to get in really early. Yeah, he got into tech when he was at the age of 12 years. He did his first software program. He sold it to some $500, and that is how he started. This guy now is 6 world's richest, right? And I see a lot of young guys out there, maybe more than 12 years. But if you start now, well, sky is the limit. So I'm going to run this video now so you can see how much fun this guy is having.
Confidence is something that appears to come naturally to Elon Musk, and on Thursday the CEO of electric vehicle maker Tesla was sounding bullish again. Musk says the company is very close to achieving Level 5 autonomous driving technology, with Level 0 being the everyday car with no automation or assistance features. Level 5 is fully autonomous. That means they'll require no driver input and might not even have steering wheels or brake pedals. Musk made the remarks via a video message at the opening of Shanghai's annual World Artificial Intelligence Conference.
I think at Tesla, I feel like we're very close to level 5 autonomy.
Yep. So if you see this chart, this is the 30 technologies I picked that is going to shape the future. This 30, if I did present this presentation, probably about 5 years back, I would say maybe these will transform. But now there is no maybe. This is already happening. If you take any of these technologies, I can prove it to you that there is no if. It's already happening. It's a matter of time. And earlier these young guys get into this, your jobs will be guaranteed. Yeah. And I'll tell you how the jobs can be guaranteed as well as we go along. Yeah. Yeah. So this video I picked to tell you, next 10 years how the world is going to be. Very interesting video, so I'm going to run that for you. I thought to continue, there's another very, very interesting video. This talks about a very interesting concept called augmented technology, which we do in Sri Lanka as well. In the company that I worked previously, that is IFS, we did that. That's why I picked this. It's about reality, yeah, augmented reality. Yeah. So just let's have a look at that as well.
Imagine a world where you can travel anywhere at the speed of thought. You can learn almost everything about anything. No, it's not your imagination. It is reality. Mixed reality, to be exact. MR is the merging of the real and the virtual world to produce new environments and visualizations, where physical and digital objects coexist and interact in real time. Unlike virtual reality, where the physical world is shut out, mixed reality encompasses the real world in combination with VR to create new fascinating experiences. MR does not exclusively take place in either the physical or virtual world, but it is a hybrid of the two. While mixed reality is not a new concept and was first developed in 1992 at the Armstrong Laboratories of the United States Air Force, today, sophisticated MR technologies are finding application in various fields of our lives. The entertainment business is one obvious industry to make use of this relatively new technology. Once film producers start to incorporate MR in film production, watching a movie on a flat screen will seem like ancient technology. Imagine being able to see your favorite celebrities perform a set in your room. Even fictional characters are already being fashioned through MR apps. With mixed reality, the sky is the limit. Actually, not even the sky. MR is finding use everywhere, even in space. The educational system is going to benefit a great deal from mixed reality. In the near future, students might be able to take interactive classes from the comfort of their home.
So what I proved is that the technology is in an exponential growth. Yeah. So that's a huge opportunity for the youngsters. The best jobs I picked is just to help you to pick, okay, if you're deciding in this journey of technology where you would put your hands in. The 21, just take one. Cybersecurity. You know, there are almost 3.5 million jobs available. Right now, actually, I'm looking for somebody who can do a cybersecurity job for our company. Right? I mean, there's a massive demand, massive demand. If you see what it is, you know, even the guys who are applying for this job, 1 out of 4 is only qualified. There's a huge demand. If you can, I would say, if the government can get together and set up a cyber security space, a target of 10,000 cybersecurity experts, all of them will have jobs. All. Because imagine your computer today is exposed to almost above 1 billion people. And out of that billion, there will be few who will try to hack here, do this, that, and that. And you need a massive workforce to protect. And it's a guaranteed job area. The second one I mentioned is artificial intelligence. If you can get into this, again, guaranteed jobs. Yeah. So just note down the list. All right. Next. Well, I want to tell you also what the youth are also doing, yeah? But I was quite happy to notice the rest of the world, the youth, as well as the Sri Lankan youth are waking up for this challenge, yeah? A lot of guys are starting very young. That is really positive. They value experience. I saw that first set of slide that was previously mentioned. They mentioned that exam. I'll share with you towards the end what damage it has done to the whole world, especially for the youth. Hopefully we can rescue them. Yeah, and a lot of the multiple areas. Like today's technology, guys, it is not enough for you to learn 1 or 2 technologies. You learn, if you are a developer, be a full stack developer. Yeah, if you want to learn technology, learn multiple technologies. Just don't stop on IoT or maybe these devices, other programming devices, but learn many, multiple. And work as teams. You will never get their isolation. Make sure you work with your friends. I mean, Sri Lanka, The one thing very good is we believe in friends. Use that as one of your strengths. And the other important thing is, if you see this internet world, there's one thing very useful. The guys who are out there, they not only self-learn, but they share their knowledge, right? You go to YouTube, you can do anything. Right? I'll show you some, I'll give you proof, yeah, of what I'm saying. This is a particular video I'm going to run in a while. Essentially, this guy does a home automation system. Okay, he has done a prototype, and he tells step by step, even up to the level of coding, how you can do this. So if there is somebody out there who is interested in doing this, you can get it done within probably 3 weeks. You can automate your home within 3 weeks. Yeah. See, this is how powerful technology is. Yeah. So I'm going to run this video.
Hello friends, today we are going to make a complete home automation system by using the applications of IoT. So let's get started. So now when I'm turning on the switch of the water pump from my phone, the water is directly supplied to the kitchen garden. And by placing the soil moisture sensor in the garden, I can directly monitor the information of the soil in my phone, and accordingly I can switch on and off the pump. Similarly, you can even control the home appliances like TV, fridge, fan, etc. from your phone. Like how now I am controlling the working of the light of this model. Now let me show you how the monitoring of the soil is done. As you can see, we have 3 indicators in which the temperature is 26 degrees Celsius, 92% is the humidity, and varying soil moisture, which is high when the soil is dry and eventually decreases when the water level increases. Now let me show you how this model is made. First we have the components required. Node MCU, which is our microcontroller, THT11 temperature sensor, YL69, which is our moisture sensor, water pump, which is our motor. We have motor driver, battery of 9 volts and LED of 5 volts. Now we have the circuit diagram, which you can see on the display. Now let us build the circuit according to.
So the second video shows how this the Android, the programming can be done. So we'll run that very few seconds.
Open the Microsoft Store, search for the Arduino and install the app in your PC. And once you install it, open the app. Copy the program from the link which is given in the description. In this program, you need to make 3 changes. First,
so the point that I was trying to prove is there are a lot of guys in the internet who want to help you, right? Not only in Sri Lanka, in the entire world. So there is one guy who tells, this technology that is so useful, how it can be done within a very short period of time. You won't believe the cost of this is also very minimal, maybe about few thousand, maybe 10,000 rupees. You can get this done. Yeah. So let's move on. Yeah, let me introduce a very interesting character, Drone Raja. Yeah, his story is very typical to Sri Lanka as well. His father is a farmer. He goes out to the field and he sees how his father is suffering. He's carrying his the spray machine on his back, spending days and days. So this young guy, like most of you, is how can he help the scenario? How can he solve the problem? Yeah. So within a matter of short period, as I said, he did the same thing. I'll show you how we built these drones as well. But first, let's look at what he has come up with. Yeah. Why I picked this particular video is Sri Lanka is an agricultural society, and if the youth, you guys get together, you see the amount of suffering our farmers are going through. Yeah, I see almost every day in the TV, some farmer somewhere is suffering because of not using technology. If you use technology, I mean, since they are really passionate, we can take them we can make them really the king farmers, you know, we can make them kings by giving them few technologies, whether it is weedicide or any of these pesticides controlling, very easily this can be resolved. Yeah, and what we need is, we need to release this youth, the youth force to these things. So let's figure out how we can do that. Yeah, if somebody wants to do, say, like Drone Raja, for example, yeah, you go out there and you see your father or your grandfather suffering. There are hundreds of ways of coming up with a drone. It's very easy. And you have scratched from one A to Z how to do it. Let's not wait. Because of the time, I will not run this particular video. I will come to the crux of the issue. I believe with this few videos, I prove to you that technology is huge opportunity, and for this youth, that's the best to be in. So what is the fastest way of getting into this technology? As you know, at the moment there are three curves a youth can go in. The traditional one is you do your O-level, you do your A-level, okay? Then another 4 years you go to the university, right? And so you spent 6 years which you actually could have contributed. Now you go and go for the interview with your degree certificate, right? And the first question the interviewer asking is, can you do the job? Can you do the job? That's the question that I have been asking. I've asked that question hundreds of times, and I guarantee all of you will face that question. Yeah? Well, if you look at these curves, what I've done is, okay, the bottom curve is the one that you go in the traditional way. You do O-level, A-level, complete study, and then you go to a job, right? The second one is, while you do your job, you somehow maybe volunteer or do whatever, do real work. Get into the workforce, okay? Get into the workforce. And the third one is, some lucky company comes and tell, okay, you come on board, I'll offer your apprenticeship, work with me, and you do your degree part-time. These three guys, okay, the top two pretty much I would say the same. Yeah. What I've done an analysis for you, real financial analysis, okay, of the values. The comparison is 4 times. You go the traditional way or the way that I am proposing. Your value goes up 4 times, right? And what is stopping us youth getting or taking this approach is what I saw in the first time, exams. I am here to ask everyone a question for the sake of the youth here. What is stopping them to blossom? You know, the blossom. Maybe look at Elon Musk, for example, the energy, the passion. What is stopping them? Okay, I see the guys are a lot of passionate. The youth is very passionate. O-level, by the time they all come to O-level, they try to do a lot of things, a lot of projects. Some do sports, do all kinds of things. Then comes O-level. What happens? We go and ask, okay, have you studied? You drop everything else, passion goes down the drain, he moves on. So he is now getting ready for exam. A-level time, no one does anything. Okay? So all your skills get completely out. Now what happens? Come to the university. during the first 2-3 years, you do some projects because you are fairly free, your creative mind is on. Do quite a lot of good projects, then what happens? Comes the final year exam, you drop everything, you do your final. So by the time you do your final exam, you may be having good qualifications, paper, but the ability to do real work is zilch. Okay? So I think we all have get together and see how we can release these students. Okay? Find some ways, and the answer is getting them to skills, because learning skills is creative work, gives you a work experience which will increase your value by 4 times, and it is fun. Okay? Right, that's these set of messages I wanted to share with you. And as a final word, this is what I'm telling you. For tech savvy, the world is completely different. Yeah, as tech savvy people, we don't see problems, we always see solutions, and every problem technology has solutions. Thank you.